Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Some early birds got the worms. Kathy, I know you're probably not listening, but I hope you get better soon. I'm sorry you had a fall. Oh, we got, hang on. I muted this, but it didn't work. It never works. There's always something. So I did a little redecorating. I found the Furbies. I have 41 left. And I will be having a whatnot auction to auction Furbies off. That's how I'm going to sell them. So pay attention because I'll put posts up. But that's what they are. I don't know. Let's see. There and there. They're all over the place. Hey, Luis, how did your auction go today? Sorry that I missed it. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate everybody being here. I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to say. What else is new? For those of you that don't watch a lot of reseller content, you're the lucky ones. However, you may be wondering why your stores aren't selling like they should. Why maybe old stuff, really old stuff, all of a sudden is selling really well, or what's going on. And so that's what I want to talk about. But for right now, let me say quick hi to everybody that's here. Everybody keep Miss Kathy Wiseman in your hearts and prayers. She took a fall, I think she said. So let's make sure she's taken care of. Glenn Swamp Picker, how you doing, buddy? My girl, Janet, how you doing? Anna, how are you? Jeremy, my favorite nerd, one of my favorite nerds. I have a couple. You're high up on the list. And nerds are cool freaking people. Everybody should have as many nerd friends as you can. That's a good thing. Hi, April, how are you? Scott, how'd your first day of your diet go? You have to let me know. I'm following you, buddy. Chrissy, how are you? How are you? Mama Beth, how are you? Sandy, hello. Sue, let's see. I got you, Luis. If you guys aren't following Callie, Luis, drop you're still blue, aren't you? Yeah. Drop your feel free to drop your channel. Hello, my friend. Right back at you. Hello, Ethel. Ethel, guess what I found today that I bought for you? And it's coming at you soon. Yep, you know it. It says Ethel on it. If those of you that don't know, Brett is the Ethel. I'm the Lucy. Brian, how are you doing, buddy? Carol, how are you? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Patty, how are you? Hello. Josh, how was your day? I missed your show, but I watched it. I downloaded it and watched it. Well, I watched most of it, I should say, while I was shipping today. Excuse me. Nerds rule. Everybody else drools. Periwinkle Dreams, how are you? Let's see. Karen. I'm scared to do this. There. Oh, he beat you to it. There you go. What do we got here? Janet's channel. Thank you. And all right. So for those of you that have made it this far, what are we at? 5-6 minutes in, something like that. Thank you. And I want to, who you got here? Bearded Picker. Oop. Thank you. Don't forget Josh. Just putting that out there. Hi, Greg. I almost missed you. And Motorcycle Dork, how are you doing? How are your sales going, buddy? Have they picked up any at all? I hope that Josh Galt only caught 15 minutes. Yeah. Can you start over, Josh? Josh is painfully going through his inventory and redoing stuff. Uh-oh. Felt like selling a kidney. I know I had to do it a while back here when I dropped mine on the ground, and a week later it decided to stop. Oh, there you go. There you go, Scott. Hold, please. Josh has started recording just for you. And for those of you that don't know Brian, Red Dirt Picker, here is his channel as well. All right. Did I get you, Lisa? I see you sneaking in there. All right. So from here on out, I'm really going to try to not focus on the chat. If you have questions, do me a favor, leave them down in the comments below. I'm not going to shut the chat off. I will see people and comment here and there. But those of you that know that I have a problem focusing. I have some really important stuff that I want to talk to you about, and show you some things that some of it's over my head still. I'm still learning, but some of it has really clicked in place, and it is making a huge deal. First off, yeah, if anybody else wants their channel dropped, just give Jeremy a holla. Hi, Kay, sneaking in. That's all right. I got you. So might be able to get Jeremy to drop it. I don't know if you still have it. I have it somewhere. There were white papers put out. I actually, if you go to my last live that I did, the one before this, there's a link to them in the description of that, and I will try to remember to bring it over. So not only are we having problems with the economy and it's getting worse, no politics, no religion. There's horrible things going on overseas right now. There's horrible things going on here right now. Yeah, I never do that. I get yelled at by quite a few people. Thumbs up and subscribe. So there's your one and only you're going to get. But eBay has desperately been trying to update their servers. We all know they're trash. This isn't an eBay bashing seminar. This is many of us have been working long and hard to figure out what's going on. What can we do to fix it? Number one thing you can do to fix it is never keep all your eggs in one basket. And I'm not practicing. Well, that's not true. I have started back up at Whatnot. I do have listings on Mercari. I have a marketplace on Whatnot. Ooh, by the way, I don't know where I put them because I'm so prepared. I have, for those of you that don't know, I have been harassed consistently. I don't have the other set. I'll get it. I have a small amount of Farm Girl Scavenger earrings. That's one pair. I have 3 listings on eBay and 3 listings on Mercari. They are $2 more on eBay because the fees are higher on eBay. Those ones have kind of orange and green, and then they're $10 plus shipping on Mercari. Wow, Whatnot. You need a link to Whatnot. It should be down below. If you need to sign up, there's a link for you to sign up and get free shop. You know what? If you're not signed up on Whatnot, go sign up, and for $10, you get $10 free to ship, and that'll pretty much pay for a pair of earrings for you. Then I have this pair that's Halloween themed. So I only got 10 of each pair, and I've already sold a few of them. So if you are sick in the head and think you need a pair of Farm Girl Scavenger earrings that my friend Wynette made, she's not making any more right now. She's taking the winter off because she has to have fresh air to do it. Anyway, so there you go. There's my little plug for that. There are a lot of things that we can be doing in the background in our stores that I know that a lot of people don't know about, because there is no guide. You're sick in the head, but no thanks. That's all right. You're good. You can do whatever you. I'm not going to say that. You could use them for a nose ring if you need to, Brian. Yes. There you go. Right here. This came out in June or May. I can't remember. And it's some pretty technical reading. So if you're nerdy and you understand that stuff, great. There's also a gentleman overseas named Polish Pete. I didn't put his link in. I'll put it down below. I'm sure Jeremy will put it in, who has read it. And he is he knows what he knows. So his last two videos that he put out are Mayish. Yeah, that's what I thought, for something that happened in April-ish. So those of you that have noticed problems with your eBay account and the way things have been running since April-ish, there is a distinct link. He is very good to listen to. I really like him. I have followed him for a long time, and he got a hold of these papers one day that can the nerds please decipher? I'm going to well, Polish Pete is a nerd. I could have sworn I sent you his video, but I could be wrong, Chrissy. So I'm going to decipher some of it for you. I'm going to take every little thing I've learned, and I'm going to show you, to the best of my knowledge, what I think, some things that I think that you can do in the back end of your store that you should be doing every day. You should be in your eBay store every day. You should be doing something. You have to show activity of some sort. Now, here's something that I really want to ask you guys, and this is a big deal. And if you aren't doing it, Scott, did you get your Bonanza loaded? If you sell on eBay, how many of you how many of you have a Bonanza account? Let's get a yes. If that's easy, nobody has to pull up an emoji or anything. Let's get a yes if you have a Bonanza account, a free Bonanza account. How many of you have one? Scott, I know. Okay. Chrissy, Jeremy, Glenn, you got homework. Amy has one. Hi, Amy, hiding in the background, or else I missed you. Not. Note to Cat. You have a Bananas account at your local grocer. Oh. I have watched Bonanza. We're going to have to call you Little Joe. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, heavens. All right. Here is why you need a Bonanza account. Google picks, and you guys got a lot of homework. It's going to be a weekend tomorrow. Boy, oh boy. I'm turning my fan on. It's getting hot in here. Well, maybe. There we go. All right. Now you have. I can't help myself, Amy. My head instantly goes to a song. My Instagram is a song that's in my head. So I have some pretty wild songs on my Instagram, but I love it. And, I get to show you guys what I sell, because I don't do what solds on eBay on here anymore. I haven't done them for a long time. if that's something that you guys would like to see, I will start doing what solds again. I haven't done them for, oh gosh, April was I haven't done a what sold on eBay I haven't done a what sold video here on YouTube for eBay for probably 2.5 years. Someone needs to go over and wake up Todd. He fell asleep in his lazy boy. This is past his bedtime. How you doing, Texas Bandit? They are. Oh, nope. They're very open about AI. Very open about AI. And you like what solds, Karen. And another thing so they've had the availability for a lot of people to use AI in the descriptions on your phone app. And today I noticed that it is now on the computer because I use both. I was taken away with the at Patrick Mahomes. I couldn't help it. You can ride in a covered wagon. Did you ever play that game, the Oregon Trail? It was not very far from here, from where I live. It's about 45 minutes, and we can get there, and you can go to the museum. I like the fact that you have a new piece of info. Yes. Isn't he in the chair out there? Yeah. He's here somewhere. Missing child. Are you done working already? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Interruption. Please hold. If you go way back, Lisa, I have a playlist. I have several playlists. You can see some of my older what solds, but I feature what solds here and there on Instagram when I have time, and I kind of fell off the whole social media everything bandwagon the last couple of months, and I'm just coming back. You're not doing a good job. Nobody is. I it's what it is. I know you guys mean well. You mostly list on your phone, but when you make changes, you use the computer. Yeah, everybody has to use the computer to do some things. And if you're not using the computer to do some things, you did a what and everything seller sold today. Good job.
He's requested to be left alone in the backyard. So when you get tired, don't kick him out.
He's requested to be...
He's playing.
Oh, is he playing on his trampoline?
He's playing. You get tired, I'm sending him off.
Yeah, okay. What can I say? It's a circus around here. I have that video did today queued up, but haven't watched it yet. I shall. Did I do a video today? Oh, what Beard did? I'm going to have to watch that one. I just watched his breakfast 30-day challenge video a little while ago. All right. So here's the deal. Off and on over the years, people have said, and eBay has suggested, never told, suggested. Oh, by the way, any of you guys and gals that have never read the terms of service will always find them linked in the description of my videos. Always, always, always. They're there. I will harp on that until the needle gets stuck. It is our responsibility to know the rules. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the rules have been changing really quickly. And as of the 1st of October, the new terms of service is there. So if you're still selling, you have agreed to the new terms of service. And they sent out an email last month letting you know so that you could read it. So if you didn't read it and you don't understand it and you don't know they actually put some of the new stuff in there that they're doing. Tracy, you snuck in. Hey, girl, you have mostly fallen off too. That's all right. We can hop, skip, and jump our way back into it. Okay. I am going to strongly suggest to everybody here that if you don't have Bonanza, that you get it. It is free. And it is amazing, the stuff that it can do for you. Now, I was on Scott's channel Wednesday morning, the bearded picker. Where did you go, Scott? Right here. This guy right here. And I had him and I asked him, I shouldn't say I had him. I asked him if I could share my screen because I wanted to show them some things. So you can also go back to Scott's channel later this weekend, whatever, and you can go in there. I didn't go into his chat. See, he's 3 hours ahead of me. And he's on early in the morning. So if you guys and gals are listing in the mornings on, is it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Brian? How often are Amy and Dan on the Hustle Couple? Jeremy, will you drop Jeremy or Brian, somebody? Jeremy, will you drop the Hustle Couples? Dan and Amy, will you drop their link in the chat, please? They do live listings. I want to say they do them Monday through Friday. And then they do what solds, and they also do thrift hauls. And so if you just need somebody to hang with on a day, but on Tuesday mornings, you have the RIN Reseller Information Network. They're on. They do listing and loafing and all kinds of stuff. And if you don't know them, they're great wealth. You got in trouble. I took a bunch of people's wrenches away. I took everybody's wrenches away, and oh, I can't give you one right now because that stupid heart is in the chat. Wait a minute. There you go. Hi, Kathy. Ooh, you guys, this girl has been selling some stuff. You can follow her on Instagram. All right, so where was I? Hustle Couple. Reseller Information Network. They are on Tuesday mornings, listing and loafing. If you need somebody, and you've got Tim over the years, you've got Chris Chernock's Connection, you have got Eric OBX Picker, and you have got Leroy Blood, Sweat, and Sell. 4 amazing, amazing people. If you need somebody to hang with on Tuesday mornings, all of this. These guys, all of these ones these channels I'm talking about are on early. When I say early, they're on East Coast time. I'm West Coast time, right? You're used to being in timeout. So how often are they on? I don't get to come into their chat every day. On Wednesday morning, Scott Bearded Picker has a live show for about 2 hours. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. On Monday through Friday, unless there's a holiday or something else going on, Josh Galt has a show at 11 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock Eastern. It's every day. It's live. And hi, Coley, how are you? And then you've got Amy and Dan. Best RIN part of the week. I didn't know that there were other shows. Oh yes. So there you go. There's the Reseller Information Network, and there is Bearded Picker. So all of these people are good, not only good background noise, but good stuff that you can learn from them. And they interact with you as they're doing it. Hi Maria, how are you? I miss it a lot too, but sometimes I put it on in the background and just replay it. So those are the people in Josh's chat. Sometimes there's close to 250 people, and there's a lot of I'm not going to necessarily say well known. There are people in there that are big sellers. And when I say they're big sellers, I'm not talking about like Nike or something like that. They've been doing it for a long time. They have a lot of knowledge, and they chime in. So that's where it is. Amy and Dan, Beard's a little too liberal for you. Well, he doesn't usually get too political, and he'll stop, but I just kind of look at it like this. There's a turkey, there's a left wing and a right wing, and they're all connected in one way, shape, or form or another. He has been good for 3 weeks in a row. We'll see how long that lasts. All right, so I want you guys to seriously consider getting Bonanza, because the information that Bonanza will give you is amazing about things that are wrong with your listing, and it's free. It automatically populates from eBay. It automatically depopulates from eBay. So if you sell something on Bonanza, they unlist it. And I'm going to show you this because I've sold several things. I've been in my Bonanza store every day this week for doing whatever, because any platform that you sell on, you can't just leave it be. You can't just go list 20 things on Whatnot in the marketplace and then not have shows or not add stuff, not do stuff. You can't do the same thing on Posh. You can't just go put stuff on Posh and never go back and check on it, whether you're sharing it or not. You can't, and to hear about the big girl panty sales, you can't just go on Mercari or eBay and just put stuff in there and expect it's going to sell. You have to show the algorithm some kind of activity, whether you're going in on your phone, whether you're going in on your computer. You got to show something. Hi, Lizette, how are you? Right. And you know, you can get a subscription to Bonanza just like any other platform similar to eBay. You can purchase a store. They have different levels, and their levels are like metal, gold, silver, platinum, that kind of whatever. If you schedule sales on Whatnot, what if you're constant? I don't know. I didn't schedule any shows because I didn't want to psych myself out, because I'm my worst enemy. In case you guys haven't figured that out, I have 99 problems and I'm 98 of them, and I don't need anybody to point that out to me, because I know. I already know. Okay. Here's the thing, and we're gonna go a little wandering here in just a minute. I chewed on my gum and my mouth is getting dry already. So let's start with the end and sell similar. Should you still end and sell similar? Absolutely, 100%. However, it has changed, and I don't know so much so that it's changed, is that a lot of us got lazy. But as you may or may not know, eBay has been getting hot and heavy into AI, artificial intelligence. I'm trying to be good here. And there have been a lot of items removed for counterfeit. People are getting Veros, they're getting letters, they're not getting suspended, but they're getting stuff taken down. This has to do with, there are some companies that are coming in and doing it, but a plethora of these are, I believe, and a couple other people that I have talked with believe, are your title, your item, and then there's a spot in your item specs that says brand. So we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes, but I'm just kind of laying down the law. I will tell you guys that more often than not, when I search for one of my items, whether I'm having one of my kids do it, neither one of them live here, or I'm just searching for one of my items in Google or something similar, I can almost 100% guarantee you my item that comes up that I see is a Bonanza listing pulled from Google long before my eBay listing will come up. So let's go over here. Let me share my screen. We're going to go in here and I want to show you a few things. First off, when you go, however you have your Seller Hub set up, you can customize it. You can go over here and you can move these tabs to however you want them. One of the things that you guys should be checking every day, takes 10 seconds, are these numbers right here. Right here. Seller level. On the 20th of the month, these are changed. This is a quick way to get your top rated taken away. And the reason why I tell you to check these every day is because if there is a hurricane, an earthquake, some kind of natural disaster or unnatural disaster, something happens, or something happens to you, you don't get your shipping done or whatever, something doesn't get scanned, these tracking uploaded on time and validated, cases closed without seller resolution, late shipment rate, transaction defect rate. Look at, I have one of these out of 944 transactions, and it's stupid because these stay on for a year, my friends. A year. December 5th, 2022. This one was their fault. They took it off. See the gray? This one right here, I listed for $25 instead of $250. It sold 5 seconds after I listed it. And I just messaged the gal and told her I was sorry, that I had absolutely made a mistake. And I told her, I said, I'm going to cancel this because that is, and she goes, well, I really kind of wondered. And she wasn't upset. I talked to her, but I took the hit. That was my fault. I could have canceled. This is your cancel. You cancel an order for out of stock, broken, you lost it, you can't find it, you don't know where it is, you broke it. I broke something the other day when I was packing it. Talk about a humbling experience. The guy was really cool though. You got to message these people. This stays on for a year, 1 year. This will come off when they won't come off in November. In December, on December 20th, when they come through, this will go away and then I will have none if I don't get any more before that. All right. You need to check these because if you lose your top rated and you go below average, you cannot run sales. You cannot promote your items. You cannot use the video, the ability to put a video in for your second picture. Yeah, Bonanza probably does. As a matter of fact, no jarts. Nope, those are against the law of the land. They've been recalled. So you guys need to pay attention to this. All of these. Come in here and you can literally just look at these numbers, have an idea of what your numbers are, and really look at them on the 20th, the 21st. Know what they are. This right here can ruin your whole selling experience for a whole year. So pay attention to that. All right. Business policies. We've gone over this 100 times. You need business policies, shipping business policies, in my personal opinion. They're easy to get to. You can go back to several of my videos. You go to your account settings, like you were going to sign out of your store. You come down here to selling. You go to business policies. Everybody has at least two. You have a returns and you have a payment. Everybody. I have two, one return and two payments because I require immediate payment when you check out, but you can't require immediate payment on an auction item if you actually run an auction. So I have two payment policies. My other one's clear down here somewhere. It has 0 on it. It's here. It's in here somewhere, you guys. I promise. I have literally 25 shipping policies, and each one of them is different. Some of them I use, some of them I don't use. This one is specifically for large art pieces that I've put insurance on. Hazardous materials. Hazardous materials ship ground, right? We now have ground advantage. So do we need hazardous materials? Yes. If you have something listed and you're not using a hazard that's liquid, flammable, whatever, you're not using a hazardous materials business policy or shipping somewhere in there, it says hazardous materials, eBay will come after you. And technically, they changed the policy on hazardous materials. Technically, you should have one of these on your box. And I believe it has to go a certain way. Jody Toy Addict has a video on it. She also has a copy of this on the video that you can download, and you can just print it off on your thermal printer. Got to know this stuff. You're going to sell any kind of anything that has got a liquid or a battery or a flammable. Yep. Do you mean you can't use them branded, or did you forget to add the brand? Are you having a conversation with somebody? Or are you talking to me? Can't use, well, you can use unbranded if it's an unbranded item. Nope, you do not have to pay extra on hazardous items. You do not have to pay extra. They just cannot go by air. Yeah, it's about, this is the size. If you want to order them from Uline, it is let's see, S-18719. I probably spelled that wrong. There you go. There's the sticker number on the bottom if you want to order them from Uline, and they will be this exact size. And that's the difference. So I don't care what platform you're selling on. Do not list anything flammable on Poshmark. You cannot send anything hazardous on Poshmark. Poshmark only ships priority, and priority is air. Yep. If you're handy, yeah, I mean, you could draw one out, right? It's just black and red. But like I said, Jody Toy Addict, she's one of my friends. She has a channel, and she literally has a video on all of this, on exactly what you're supposed to do. Hi, Marie. How are you? All right, let's go back over here. Oh, shoot. Wouldn't you know it? Dang it. I closed my window out because, yeah, why not, right? Okay. Let's go check our traffic out. How's your guys' traffic? Do you know how to look at your traffic, your impressions? A lot of what's going on with end and sell similar and relist and all of that, you can really see in your traffic. And this is gonna tie into Bonanza here in however long it takes me to get to it. I was gonna say a minute, but we know that would be a lie. So click right here. You can go up here. You can go up here and do performance, and you can get to traffic that way. Or you can just go right here and you can click here. And it's going to show you all of your impressions and your page views and your quantity sold and your click-through rate, average sales conversions, all your organic impressions. That means anybody that found your listing not through a Google ad that you've paid for if you're using promoted. And then right here, impressions by placements. That's a huge thing. When you list your items and you hit that button and you say list it, and off it goes. It goes off into eBay's Backroom, and way back in the back of the Backroom, and they run it through AI, the bots, whatever. It goes through how many, looks at your title, it looks at your seller level, it looks at everything there is known to know about you. How many negatives, how many Veros do you have, how many strikes, how many items do you have listed, how many, everything that they have. Hi, fart sack Jack, how are you? All that stuff. And we're going to say, for the sake of 0 to 5, 1 to 5, it's going to give that listing a number. So say you got a 5, great. You should be, when it gets done with all of this, and however many minutes or an hour or whatever it takes, and your listing shows up and you got a 5, you should, whether you're promoted or not, you should be right at the top. You did everything right. You're great. You're doing whatever. It's got a high sell-through rate or whatever. It got a 5, but it doesn't sell. And then let's say you do 10 more exactly like that. And while you're doing those 10 more exactly like that, everything is the same except for the picture. The title might change because, let's say you're doing hats. The title will change because you don't have the John Deere hat. Now you got a Nike hat, and it's not, and your price is probably going to change. You have to do your item specs for, you cannot just set up 40 drafts and have everything be the same except for the title, the price, and whatnot. I know a lot of people that do it. I've done it. Not anymore. It's not okay. Right? You can do, I still do it. I'll still make 40 drafts, but each one of those gets its own, everything in each one of those is specific to that particular hat, that particular ornament, that particular piece of ephemera, whatever. If I'm doing 40 magazines, each one of those 40 magazines is going to have something different in it because they all have a different date. They all have a different title, blah, blah, blah. Or you can be lazy about it and just go and see where it takes you, because I'm going to show you where it takes you, which is a whole lot of from a 5 to 0 in 30 days. When you're listing items that are long tail, which a lot of us do, if you're an everything seller, and by an everything seller, a vintage, you do a lot of one-offs and stuff like that. That's what I call an everything seller. If you can sell it and it's legal and you can buy it and you can make a profit off it, you are an everything seller. All right. So CDs, VHS, hats. There's hundreds of things that you could, shirts. Say you have 25 polo shirts, but the brands are different. You know, it's not a variation listing. That's different. If you had 25 Nike polo shirts and they were all the exact same shirt except for sizes, then you can do a variation listing. That's another to listing. I would never ever want to list 300 items a day in my life, and I will never hire an employee, so that won't ever happen because I'm too anal. Let's just put it there. I've had employees. It's not something I like to relinquish to. They will never do stuff like you want it to be done. And so I'm happy to stay where I'm at for now. That's where that is. But there's a lot of people that don't mind that. So Tracy, your sales are really picking up in September and have totally hit the floor. I'm hoping I'm gonna help you. It's gonna take work on everybody's part. There's no magic. Twinkle your nose, shake some fairy dust, oh, eBay, I love you. There's no magic. It's work. Any job we have is work. We have to be one step ahead, one step behind, or right in gate with whatever it is we're doing. You can't be fairy tailing off somewhere here and there. And it's frustrating because many of us have other things to do, right? But if you have a 9-to-5 job, you're gone for 8 hours plus your travel time. So it could be 9 or 10 hours from a day. Could be 11 hours because some people that have 9-to-5 jobs have an hour-long lunch in between there. Who forgot to hit the like button? Wasn't me, because I hit it right after I scheduled the show. Just saying. I have to know I'm going to get at least one like. So when you go in here and you're looking at this, keep going down, because right up here where it says top 20 search slot impressions, I'm down 3. I got more red than I have green. And it's funny because I'm doing really well for me. Today, let's see. I'm not going to complain. Could I be doing better? I could. I sold one item today for $141.78. I shipped out almost $400 yesterday, but you would never know because some of that was Whatnot Marketplace. Some of that was I sold a coat for $150 on Bonanza. You know, so I'm happy with this. My cost of goods are so low, it's pathetic. I have one day here that actually looks like I had no sales because they bought it, but they paid for it the next day. So I can't look at my graph like a lot of people do and just freak out. I'm not going to look at somebody else's graph that has 500 or 600 or 1,000 or 2,000 and freak out. My bills, as far as what most people have, are not what my house is paid off, my car's paid for. I have property taxes coming up. You know, we all have something, right? We all have something. So let's go back here. Looking at your impressions right here, you've got your where do we go here? Top 20 search slot impressions. Go down here. Keep going down. Every item that you have listed in your store has this little thing on it, and it will tell you. This is if you go and watch Polish Pete's videos, watch the second one down first and then watch his latest one. He literally talks about it. So if you're going to go and watch Polish Pete's videos, which I strongly suggest that you do, he is going to talk about this. Have your computer open and sit there in front of it so that you can see exactly what he's talking about. It may be duplicate of what I'm saying, but that's okay because information is always good to be heard more than once or twice. So it tells you quantity available. This is for the last 30 days, I think. Could be wrong, but I think that's what it's for. Quantity available. How many impressions has this listing had? 385. A change in the top 20 search slot impressions. This one's down. I need to go in and fix it. Change in non-search slot. eBay page views. It has only had 2 eBay page views. It has only had 1 external page view. Right? Click-through rate, nothing. And then you come down here and you see this one. It's not even in the top 1,000,000, but that's okay. This is something that is, I sell these here and there. It's not I'm not saying that this is okay. I'm saying I know this is a super long tail item and it's not going to be. These Fleur by Iraq, France. They have been selling for me here recently. These were free, but look at, people are looking for these right now. Why? Because it's the holiday season and these are clear and they're kind of a holiday-ish type of dish. So go through here and look at your items. Look at Vintage Hubba Bubba A&W Root Beer Bubblegum 5-piece. I don't care about sharing any of this with you guys. I don't have anything that I really don't care about. I share all my stuff with you guys. If you're so worried about the stuff that you list, I understand on Amazon, totally get that on Amazon, 100%. Anybody can find out what you list. All they have to do is be around you long enough to hear you talk about some things. People can find your store. So that's where I'm at. My son sold, we paid 25 cents for these. Look at this, 75. It has had 8,188 impressions. It has 6 external views. Nothing sold because I took them from his store when we closed it down. But I send out offers on these. I need to redo the listing. I need to not, I have quit ending selling similar and not doing anything. You have to, and the best place, especially if you have Bonanza, that's where you should start. I'm just showing you this because this ties over to Bonanza. I literally just sent offers out on this mug right here and 3 others yesterday. 5,607 impressions, but yet it says there's no change. That's okay. I'm good with that, but you shouldn't be. You don't want to see, you don't want to, I'm pointing at the screen over here. You don't want to see this, and you don't want to see click-through rate, and you don't want to see 0 external page views. What is that? Collectible beer coaster postcard. This is the first place you should go if you think that your store is in trouble. You need to go to that traffic tab, and you need to come all the way down here, and you need to start looking at your listings. All right, now we're going to go over to Bonanza. Bonanza has this wonderful feature. They import all of your stuff from eBay for free. They export it, as in, I shouldn't say export. They delist it for you if you sell something. So let's see, let's go back over here actually, because I want to show you something, because I'm pretty anal about not having anything in my unsolds. I have one item in my unsold. It is this jacket right here, because I sold it on Bonanza and they delisted it. And so it sits here until I get it shipped and taken care of. It sits in my unsold. Well, I shipped that yesterday. Well, I left this in here because I wanted to show you that. So I can delete it now because it's gone. All right. So let's go back over here. That's what happens. They literally delist it. It goes straight into your unsolds. Whatever payment method you use for Bonanza, like I just have my PayPal set up. You can do it to your checking account, just like eBay, whatever. That's what you choose. I get a notification. I'm sitting here listing. I get a notification on PayPal that somebody sent me 146. I don't know who this person is. First thing I think of was, oh, I sold something on Bonanza. Go look at my unsold. Sure enough. Look at my email. Sure enough. All right, go over here to Bonanza. You go to your selling dashboard, and here's me on Bonanza. This is my booth, they call it, my booth. This is everything that I have listed on eBay is here on Bonanza. 3,361 total products, except for it's not. Why is that? Because I have 99 items, 95. Yesterday it was 99. 95 items were disapproved by Google Shopping. What? The information that Bonanza gives you for free is priceless. All I have to do is click on this, and I go right down in here. I don't have an Australia booth, and I don't have a United Kingdom. Kath, are you still in here? Just Kath? You got to get to the post office. All right, I'll talk to you later. Anyway, and now I'm going to come down here. Feed errors. These are things that Google has disapproved. Therefore, they're not showing your item. If they're not showing your item on Bonanza, then I can guarantee you they're not showing your item from eBay. So here I know that out of my 3,385 items, or 84, whatever, 95 of them that I am paying promoted listings on are not being seen because Google says there's enough wrong with them that they're not going to put them out there. Well, crap, what am I supposed to do? Well, I can just go right down here. It's going to tell me exactly what the listing is. And it's going to tell me that the image is too small. And I can go right in here and I can just pull this up, how to fix it. They're even going to tell you how to fix it. Yes, you can. Listen to Jeremy on that, right? If you have Photo Room, this is an easy fix. Photo Room Pro. I don't have an affiliate link. Somebody does that you can get it, or you can. I don't have one yet. I will have one sooner or later. So these two items right here, a Brooks Brothers belt and a stainless steel cross bracelet, aren't being seen. They will get no. Somebody's going to have to find them in eBay or in Bonanza. They're going to have to be in my store looking through my stuff to see these items, because nowhere on the interwebs is it going to show these, because Google is not going to put them out there. Next one, there's 6 of them. Image link internal error. And again, see the policy. It's going to tell you how to fix it. I haven't fixed any of these. It was 99 the other day, and I actually did 4 listings today. I totally redid them. So they could have been in here. I don't know. If I'm in my office and I look and I have offers to watchers sent out, I'm looking at them now to see how old that listing is. And before I send the offers to watchers out, I go in and check all the specs and see how old the listing really is. I know how old my listings are. You guys. All right. Good night. Thanks. I'll see you later. Have a great weekend. You guys know how old your listings are. We all have changed backgrounds or something. So if you're going to spend time fixing some listings and you have Bonanza or you haven't gotten it yet, I'm telling you, this is free. This is free info that you will never see anywhere else. There is no app on the phone for Bonanza any longer. Now they recently got bought out. There was an email. I was going to read that to you guys. They recently, when I say recently, in the last year, they changed hands. They have a new CEO, president, and they sent out, similar to eBay Open and that kind of stuff. They sent out a letter the other day, and they're doing a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to start doing some live shows, just like Whatnot and YouTube are doing. Anyway, even if it's just for this, even if you never sell anything on I've sold 2 items in the last 2 weeks, and full price sales, because when I run a sale on eBay, the sale price doesn't swap over here. Whatever, if you have don't do this while you're running a sale or anything. You want to have everything at full price that you list for, that you list it for on eBay. You want everything to be as plain as possible when you put your stuff over to Bonanza. You can come into Bonanza and run sales on your store, but I'm just going to tell you that whatever RAN has the photo there you go. Yes, they do. Reseller Information Network. They have the photo room, and I can just tell you that if you get the Pro, it's $89 a year. One sale will pay for it, and you get 10% off with their code. So this right here is kind of a game changer, because it's going to come in here and it's going to tell you incorrect identifier. What is this one? How to fix it. Global trade item number. Value submitted for this product is not correct. This error tends to occur when the global trade identifier number from another product is accidentally reused, which means either, and this is another reason to be really careful when you're selling similar off of somebody else's item, right? This could be something that I sold similar off, and they had some kind of encryption or something, and it just didn't go well. See the affected products, correct the products identifiers to exactly match those provided by the manufacturer for that same product. Resubmit your product. Well, what product was it? Let's go back here. Which one was that? The Little and Ives Webster's Dictionary. Oh, I definitely want to fix that one. So I'll be going through and fixing these in the next 2 days. It's the weekend. I won't fix them on Bonanza. I have multiple monitors. I will pull these up on Bonanza, and then I will find the listing on eBay. I will end the listing on eBay, and I will totally redo the listing. Or I may just go in and fix it. But Bonanza is being nice, and because of their Google ads, they're telling you exactly. See, now I'm going to hit this, and we'll see if anything else that I did. It's not going to tell me anything. It could be 24 hours before I find out if there's anything on here. Hi, Dee. Does that make sense to you guys? So if you aren't using Bonanza, I'm going to tell you, are you going to have 1 million sales on Bonanza? I don't know. Maybe by the time you quit selling and die. You can get a store and they will do more for you. But how many platforms do you guys know of? There's one other. Somebody here might know it because they heard me talk about it the other day. And those of you, be quiet. How many platforms do you know of that you can use for free? Their ad rates are, I'll pull that up here in a minute too. So, Jeremy, remind me to go back and show what their fees are, please. Their ad rates are way cheaper. How many platforms can you sell on for free? And they import all of your stuff from eBay. They tell you that Google says, nope, this listing is wrong, you need to fix it. And then they tell you how to fix it, and it's free. How many platforms do you guys know? There's only one other. Amy knows it. I forgot. TrueGether is the only other one, and it is very similar to Bonanza. Hi, Beth. How are you? So let's go back here real quick while I have Bonanza open. Let's go back here to this selling dashboard, account, recent purchases. Okay. Oh, I purchased that. Oh, I have those for sale now. Anybody need? Nope, maybe not. That was a while ago. Let's see. I need this one. Recent sales. This always confuses me for some orders. All right. When you sell an item on Bonanza, you get the whole price because they are going to send you a bill at the end of the month, just like eBay used to do. So this jacket that my son Justin, that was just here earlier, found at the Goodwill bins and brought to me. And he said, Mom, this is a really nice jacket. You should buy it. You can make some, I think you can make some really good money on it. Well, he was correct. So this jacket sold for $120. It's funny, I have it listed on eBay for $129.99. Where the $128.69 came in, I have no idea. So that's what it sold for with shipping. Bonanza collected no tax. There should be. There. You got to read their thing. With probably there was no tax where it got sent to. With shipping, it was $146.34, and I had $146.34 deposited into my PayPal. And why doesn't it say right here? Total fee $12.52. Their fee is 9.2% of the value, which includes a 25-cent transaction fee. And you can request a fee refund for whatever. So at the end of the month, whenever it is that they do their billing, they'll send me an invoice to PayPal, and PayPal will pay them that $12.52 and any other stuff. You can do your shipping straight from Bonanza. It's very similar to eBay, or I just do my shipping. Under here, I already shipped it yesterday. So under here will be 4 tabs, and I just copy and paste their information into pirate ship, and then I come back. Like I said, I have multiple monitors. Yes, they do collect taxes. That if you go in and here's the thing. Let me do this real quick. I may have a link in the description. Getting started on Bonanza, a guide to successful. No, that's not what I want. Selling on Bonanza right here. All right, I'm going to drop this in the chat. I'm pretty sure it only synced part of your store because there was problems with the listings that weren't necessarily you, Beth. It had nothing to do with you. And even if it only synced part of your store, it still had some of it on there. So this is going to go all over, and they have to pay taxes just like all the other platforms do, because it's a federal law. They have to collect depending on your state and all of that. It's Patricia, it's the same as with whatever is sold, right? Are there taxes on clothes there? Yes, there's no taxes on food and that kind of stuff. So there are several states. Do you guys have taxes? There aren't in Pennsylvania. If there aren't in Pennsylvania, I believe that's where it went. Or maybe that was something I sent today. So, it's whatever, but it's all in there. So there's the link. Did I put it in there? I did. There's the link. Tells you how to get your stuff over, and that will help. That should help a lot. All right. So I ended 66 listings the other day, and I started going through them one by one. They were old. They were car manuals. And I thought to myself when I was pulling something, I haven't seen these. I haven't seen anybody watching these. I have 3,000 listings. It's not like I look at each listing every day. Okay, then that's it. So I have 3,000 whatever listings. So I thought to myself, all right, so I went in. If you have a category that you're selling in and you haven't sold anything out of that category for a while, go into your listings, your active listings, go down here and do, and you can go right into categories, right? So let's go down here to books, and let's go down here to manuals. And then you can go right back up here and you can hit search. And this will bring anything up that you have in that category and that subcategory. So here's what I did. I ended all of them that came up. I started going through them and redoing them one by one by one. I changed the first photo on every single one of them using the photo room app. Nothing exciting for the most part. And I did some more comping on them. This one right here. Let's go down here to the very bottom. That's where but I was having a hard time. Okay, these ones right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's another one somewhere. It's up at the top. I had this listing right here. Oh man, I don't have my share screen on. This listing right here was so screwed up. There was nothing in it. It was pretty much blank, and I had it listed for $39.99. And when I did a new comp on it, there's only one of these listed on the interwebs, and it's on Amazon, and it was for that price right there. Since I have listed this item, I have had 8 views, and it has 2 watchers on it. No, I don't intend to share anything with you guys. You know, that's where it's at. All right, so I didn't know how soon it was going to be before I got to any of the rest of these. So if you look here, I relisted this one. See the background? Nothing exciting. I just used photo room. It's basically like a concrete. Nothing exciting. Different than everybody else's, because you guys, you know, I gotta be different. Let's go back here. These ones that I have relisted, this one has had 9 views and it's got 1 watcher on it. This one has had 0 and 0. This one has had 6 views and 1 watcher, and I've sent out an offer. This one has 8 views, 2 watchers, and I have sent out an offer. And I relisted those on the 4th of October. This one as well. I need to take a look at these ones that have no views. I'm not going to stress out about it. But here's the thing. Let's open up. Let's just open up one of these because I gotta go in and fix all of these because I want you guys to see. Let's say revise listing. These are old. These are super old listings. Like I'm gonna say they're at least 3 years old. So list it and forget it to an extent. Because every time eBay has come out with a new update, or they have changed categories, or they have done something to a category, they have changed the item specs. I have not been that person that's gone in and fixed stuff, and I have nobody to blame but myself. But I am doing it now, one by one by one. But I'm actually doing it 4 or 5 times a day, because every time I see that there's offers to watchers, I am revising. I'm not ending and selling similar. I'm going in and revising just like I would with this one. With this one, I would go in here and I would open this up on my phone. And I will screenshot that first, so eBay selling. Nope, I don't want that. I will open up that listing. There's the first picture, right? I'm going to screenshot that. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go out of that. I'm going to go to photo room right there. I'm going to remove the background on that. You know what? I'm going to remove the background on that. And then I'm going to choose this, which is instant background. And it's just going to populate some choices for me. I know you guys can't see that very well. Look, there's one right there that's you could, there's so many choices, it's not even funny. I'm going to select this one for the sake of what we're doing right now. I'm going to export that. I'm going to save it to the gallery. I'm going to close out of this app. I'm going to go back to eBay. I'm going to open up that listing. And because I'm going to close it, I know I'm not sharing my screen, but I got to close it in here real quick because I'm going to have to double revise it in order to change the picture here. I don't do well with photo room on my computer. So that's, you know, it is what it is, but I do need to learn how to do that. All right. So I'm going to revise it. Plus there's a lot of people that don't use the computer, right? I'm going to revise it. I'm going to open up the photos. I'm going to add a photo. I'm going to choose this one that I just did. I'm going to add that. It's going to go down here. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller so that is, I'm going to take this photo and I'm going to put it up here as the main photo. And I'm going to leave, I'm going to remove that one, delete. That was good. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to revise it. Now, I'm doing that for a reason. I'm going to view this listing that I shut out of. Look, there's the new picture. All right. That's one thing. I'm going to revise this listing. I'm going to look at the title because, you know, as we learn eBay and as we learn things get different. We might want to change this. I'm telling you right now, that's going to go away. The use of the word vintage is overdone. So 1982, we can go Chilton's. It's mad at me because there's no Chilton's. 1982, truck and van. We can take the van out of there. Truck van repair manual. Actually, don't even need that 1982 right there because I had it duplicated. And there's many, many more words I can put in there. Right, I didn't do custom SKUs then anymore either. So I'm going to go edited on 10, 12, 23. It is on the rolling rack in my storage. I know bottom shelf. And I normally what I do is this would be a estate sale, garage sale. And I'm going to put in here because I bought this in a bulk lot and I paid 25 cents for it. All right, that's my SKU. American vehicles. It's in a collectibles category. It is a manual. It would probably be better to be in eBay Motors. This is parts and accessories. So do you see what I'm saying? Hi, boatman. This is an old listing that's getting no traction anywhere. There's so many things wrong with it because eBay has done so many things over the years. So if you have older items that should be selling, it's not necessarily the item. It could be the item. This may get donated sooner or later. I'm going to run a comp on it, but I'm going to change the category. Now it wants the ISBN number. Well, if you have it, great. If you don't, does not apply. I might go find it. Then it's going to ask all of this stuff. Media type, paper, subscription length, none. You can put that. This might not be the best category for that either, as a matter of fact, because it's making it look more like a magazine than it's making it look like a manual, service and repair manual, eBay Motors Parts, other car manuals. See what this one asks for the subscription. A subscription length. Either way, this one was made in the United States. I'm doing this on everything. Unit quantity 1. Unit type, a unit. For some reason, they want that in there. This was a non-subscription. Media type, paper. Year of publication, 1982. Oh, we know that. You want to put service repair manual. Publisher was Chilton. Make, what was it? Chilton's truck and van. You can put, you don't even have to do, you could do Chevy, you could do Ford. You don't want to do this, which a lot of us do. Bye, Glenn. Have a great evening. Thanks for being here, buddy. Sign up for Bonanza, please. Report back. You don't want to put, you could go right in here and you could go universal, right? Because it is a universal. It's Chilton's truck and van repair manual. It's got a Toyota down here. It's got a Dodge here. It's got a Ford here. It totally is universal. You don't want to put that on there. You want to pick something. What's the most sought after? You know, that's actually probably not a Toyota. That's probably a Datsun, or Datsun, as my dad used to say. So, I mean, I'm going to come back and revisit this later because there's a couple of things that I want to look up, and I'm not going to waste your guys' time doing it. Then you want to go down here, specify compatible vehicles. This item fits to help buyers. Now you can go and you can put Chevy and Dodge and all of those things in here. And I strongly suggest that you guys do that, because this is a keyword that's going to get picked up in search. You know, the keyword, if you guys didn't know this, and many of us have known this for years, you can't always fit all of your keywords that you want in these 80 characters. That would be why it's important to use your computer to come to this item condition description, because search picks up from there, and search 100% picks up from the description, and search picks up from the specs. If you guys don't know, this is going to get nasty here for a second. If you guys don't know that these item specs are things that are looked for in search, then you don't know how eBay works, and you don't filter and you don't look for things. Because over here on the side, when you're searching, and you can go, I want a green Chevy 1982 manual for my rusty Datsun. You know, just like you would filter out jeans or shoes or everything else. That's what these things in here are looking for. So if you don't have these filled out, or you have duplicates, this one is asking for a make, which could almost be similar to brand. You might even want to put truck and van, because having that Chevrolet in there, when Chevrolet is not on the title, right? There's nothing on here that says Chevrolet, even though we know U.S., Canadian, and import pickups, vans, RVs, and four-wheel drives through 1-ton manuals. But it literally anywhere on here where you can see, and that's where you could get something taken down for. Okay, good night, Jeremy. Thank you so much for everything. It's where your item can get taken down for being counterfeit, because if what is written here does not match. This is really a bad example. I'll pull a hat up here in a minute. So you want to make, now I have changed all of these. And I should probably go here, acceptable. Because it's not, I can't spell. I cannot spell, you guys. I'm going to remove this because I have changed the way that I do things. This is so old. This whole thing right here. I'm going to clean that out. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to grab one of my custom templates that I already have made up. There it is. And you can just go universal manual for trucks. This is going to look like manual for, I still didn't spell it right. All right. And then there you go. And you can write anything more. And I just usually take this right here and I put it right there. And I'm done. I also have a spreadsheet that I have over here. I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. I have a, it's not a spreadsheet. It's a document that I can come in. Then I have certain, like if I'm doing a bunch of books or something like that, I have certain things that are already typed out and I'll just copy and paste them in. How do you handle mixed lots? Like what kind of mixed lots, Lori? And then you want to do your pricing. You want to do auction. You're going to do buy it now. You're going to do your pricing. Are you going to allow offers? You can go in here and do a minimum offer or an auto accept. I seldom do that. That is a considered medium mail. So that can be shipped medium mail. How much does it weigh? And how are you going to ship it? I'm going to ship something like that in a poly mail, or it'll be bubble wrapped on the inside of it. And that's how it's going to go. That's how I'm going to do it. It weighs 7 pounds. It's going to go in a poly mailer. That poly mailer laying flat is 18 by 14 by 1. That's the measurement that you put in for your shipping, not what the measurements are after you have put the item in the bag. When you ship in a poly mailer, you put the dimensions of that poly mailer flat. Because if you take your especially if you're shipping box in a bag, if you're shipping box in a bag through pirate ship, sometimes the prices can be a little bit cheaper. But you have to put the measurements of that poly mailer in as to what the measurements of it are flat. And they only ask you for these two sides. So you can use a pretty 18 by 18, I think. I could be wrong for poly mailers if you're going to do that. But so 7 pounds, you don't put the item in the poly mailer and then come back and go, oh, it was 15 inches long by 5 inches wide by 3 inches thick. You don't do that. If it's a random pile of stuff, call it a junk drawer, like a junk drawer lot. Is that what you're talking about, Lori? You have to list. That would be a specific junk drawer lot, and they actually have a category for that, I believe. Anyway, and another thing that's happened to me because I moved, all these older listings have my Ridgefield address in here. I have changed it multiple times. It's not that big of a deal for me because it's only 10 miles different. If you moved across country, if you moved to another state, this could be a problem. And you will have to go in and change this on every one of them because I don't know how to fix it. And if I create a listing from my phone, it comes up with the 98642 zip code. and I have called eBay about it, and it's a weird glitch that they haven't been able to fix. So, did you buy something? Did you buy a pair of earrings? Whoever it was, did you buy something? Joe Boxer, Little Brown. Was that you, Jan? Nope, it was not you. All right. I'm just going to revise. Actually, you know what? I'm going to revise this and I'll come back and fix this after we get off, because it's not that big of a deal. So where I was going with the brands and the Veros and the stuff is, let's find a active. One of the best things to use, I think, is a hat. So let's find a hat. I have a bunch of hats. I have a bunch of listings I need to fix, and I know it, so I'm fixing them. Why is there a Tupperware quick shape in the hats category? Don't you like that? That's Photo Room, you guys. This is how you do a listing for Tupperware, by the way. I just did this yesterday. Each one of these numbers is a mold number for all 4 parts of this. Anybody that is looking for a piece of that piece, that piece, that piece, or that piece, this listing will come up. And if you don't know where to get those numbers, I have a video on that and I have a link to it. All right, let's find a good hat. Let's look at this one. I'm no longer using a form. And if you don't know who Chris Chernock is, Chernock's Connection, Cernock, actually. Cernock's. I can't get the link for you. He's on the RIN network that I talked about earlier. They have, I believe it's actually on the RIN network. They actually have a video that's called Hat Camp. Teach you everything you ever need to know. All right. This Land O'Lakes, anybody that lives in the United States knows that this is a dairy company. I would like to think you would know that it's a dairy company. Look, this guy did exactly what I'm going to do. Photo Room. Vintage graffiti snapback made in the U.S. Let's see if I can find the tag. What does the tag say on this? Cap America. Quality American made headwear fits all. That's literally the brand of this hat. It is not Land O'Lakes branded, or it would say Land O'Lakes on this tag. In the item specs, this right here, Cap America, that needs to be in the brands. That's what's happening with the AI robots. Right there. And that's what happened with, let's see if we can see it on this one. That's what happened. Josh had Josh Galt had 2 John Deere hats taken down, and they told him that they were fake, and he got Veros for him. For what's the fake word that they like to use? I can't think of what it's called. I got one the other day. Counterfeit. Okay. Because unless this hat tag, unless the tag in the hat says John Deere, you cannot. There isn't even a tag in the hat. Louisville Manufacturing, Louisville, Kentucky. Well, that's cool. It's vintage and it's old. There's no tag in this hat. So technically, they can come and get you for this, because it's just really a John Deere patch on a green hat. If this said, I'm trying to think of the name of if this said Nike, if this was a Nike hat with and it looked like this, but the tag inside here said Nike, you have in your item specs, let's see if they've got item specs. They don't even have anything in brand. Size, color, original, look. adjustment type. If you don't have, let's see, this is mine. We're going back to mine. I'm going to open it up. I'm just going to open up the listing so that we can see this. In your listings, brand is hat. I must have been, I don't know what I was smoking when I listed this one, you guys. Brand is unknown. Where did they get this? Where did this come from? Brand hat. And it's spelled wrong. H-A-T. They're wanting me to put hat spelled H-A capital T. I don't know where they're getting from this from. Brand is going to be, that's got to be the brand, Cap America. It is a Cap America hat, style cap, brand unknown. Nope, you cannot do that. This is where people are getting their items taken down because the AI bots are looking at these and they're looking at your title and they're matching what's in your title with what's in your brand. So if you listed 500 hats today and you put the style cap, how much of this has changed? Yeah, we can do cap. That's okay. Adjustable 1980s materials, nylon. It's a snapback. It's blue. Here's a big one. So people, when you're listing a multiple 50, 60, 70 things, say you got 80 hats here and you go and you make your one listing and then you duplicate that for you make 80 drafts, right? You can't, this is what people are doing. They're going right down here and they're going multicolor. How many people honestly go into Google search and search for a hat that's multicolor? But on top of that, remember how I was telling you that when you hit that list button and all of your stuff goes into the back room and the AI bots or whoever, the algorithm, the computer, the system goes through each of your listings and it takes your seller rating and blah, blah, all of that stuff. And it mixes it all up. And then it looks at all of these and it says, oh, out of the 20 item specs that we have asked about this, 15 of them are exactly the same for every one of these listings. And so now you've got 80 listings that you listed and it's going to put them all at a 1 in that 0 to 5 range. And say 5 of those listings sell in 30 days and then it goes to renew in 30 days and it's going to go through that and sort again. And guess what? You might go down to a 0. And if you end and sell similar without going in and looking at these things and fixing them, you're not doing anything. You may have a sale. You may just luckily have a sale. I used to do 200 a day because I had enough that I could. I don't now. And a lot of them, I'm not even ending and selling similar. I'm just going in and revising. So, multi-collar, no, this pick your main collar. If most of your main collar if it's a white hat with red and green and blue stuff on it, or it's a team, and you know that team's main color is red, choose red. Fur type, none. There's no fur on this hat. Trucker, style, look, trucker, occasion, every day. Now at this point in time, because that one's iridescent, you could go casual, you could go club wear, you could go, it's going to pull this into you could go Christmas. What's one of the main search terms? Put Christmas in there. Put whatever you want in there. That's not going to get you a Vero. That you guys should see. I should pull this up. You guys should see the item specs for my Farm Girl scavenger earrings. I had a blast. So this stuff is so important. It's so important. This is an old listing. This background that I have in there was from the farm. I haven't lived at the farm for almost December will be 2 years since I've done any listing with that background. So I know when I see these backgrounds, and all you have to do is change one. All you have to do is change one picture. And it could be as easy as going in and opening up. Let's see. I don't like the fact that my fingers show there, so I could make this smaller, right? I could go right there and right there and there. I have changed that picture, and it's that easy. If you want to do that, it just altered the name you entered to America. No, it says Cap America right there. Brand Cap America. Trucker hat. I should do this. Cap America. We'll take this vintage off of there because we know Cap America. And I could go Land O'Lakes iridescent blue snapback trucker hat by Cap America. I'm not too worried about stuff here right now. This isn't a listing that I think is going to sell today. I'll go in and fix these. I just want to show you guys. This right here too. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. I have noticed problems with anything that has stuff that's added onto it. Do you have the word advertising in the title or listing? I do not. So when you see the graphic t-shirts and stuff, and they'll say it's on a why am I drawing Fruit of the Loom tag? Just pulled one out of it's on a whatever tag. That's actually the brand of the shirt. Does that make sense? It's becoming a big thing. People are getting counterfeit strikes and Veros right and left. I'm just gonna delete this and or maybe I'm not. Wow, maybe I'm not. And put in my new one, which is not offsite. If you guys don't have templates made up, I'm telling you right now. And I don't need to have vintage in the title. I can put vintage down here. I can put vintage right here. Excellent pre-owned vintage condition. The reason I like to have this little ditty filled out is because this shows up on, this will show up. People don't look. Do I need to change the price? Probably. I probably need to change it a lot. So this hat will actually ship at a 6-ounce rate. I use an 8x6x4 box for all of my my shipping. And here we go once again. So I'll come back and do a few other things to that. I just wanted to show you guys some of the issues and some of the problems it's not all eBay. So they've been making changes. They're trying to make the platform better. They're trying to make it more usable. It's been extremely painful for everybody. For those that use List Perfectly, remember your eBay bulb for combined shipping, etc. will show up on the, okay. Oh. Got it? And if you're using List Perfectly, you probably want, and you do all of this. I don't know how everybody does. I know Courtney lists from eBay first, and then imports that into List Perfectly, I think. So there's many different ways to do it. So whatever it is you do, if you list from List Perfectly, if you list from Vendoo, then you should probably make all your changes there. Because as Amy and Dan from the Hustle Couple says, it's like you're fishing. You're in the boat, you're in the Vendoo, or you're in the List Perfectly boat, and you cast a line, which is your link from Vendoo, from List Perfectly, from Flip, whatever it is you're using. You cast that line, you cast that link to whatever platform you're sending it to. And once you break that link on that platform, then it is no longer viable on List Perfectly, right? So if you do something to a listing on the platform itself and you have it in a cross-posting service, then you need to make sure that you go to that cross-posting service and take care of that listing there. Hi, Mia. How are you? Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does. All right. This has been a long one. I'm sorry. There's a lot to go through, and there's a lot more I could go through. But if you guys really start paying attention to your back room, to the stuff back there, wanting to know what's going on, is eBay crazy? Is that there's so many things going on in the world right now that, yeah, sales are down for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. But yes, there are things going on eBay, same with the other platforms. And it's just a matter of rather than when you point your finger at somebody, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. That should be a hint. When we point our finger, I don't care how, I can't close my hands too tightly. It's all that weed eater action. When you point that finger, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. Think about that. So there are a lot of people out there that are really nerdy and can get way into this more than me. But for what I can tell you right now, if you can start taking a few of your listings, and to me, the most important ones for you to look at and fix first is anything that you're going to send an offer out on. If it's an old listing, and you know your listings, you know what you see. So if you wake up in the morning and you have 12 items or 2 items or 25 or whatever, scan through those real quick. Look at them and go, oh, I should revise these. Don't end them and sell similar, because you're going to lose that person that's watching it. Go in and revise them, and then let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes so that the system gets it all. If you revise it and try to send out an offer on your phone, it won't let you. You have to give it 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. Does that make sense? So once you've revised a listing that you have an offer to a watcher, I don't care if it's somebody, one of us that came in and looked at your listing because we're comping it, whatever. The most important ones in my book to fix, if you're like, oh my gosh, which one should I fix first? Fix the ones that people have looked at. Open them up. It doesn't take but a minute to open them up and see if there's something. And you don't have to open them up and hit the revise. You can open it up and look and see. But even if you open it up and hit the revise and don't do anything to it, you can cancel out of it. You can revise it. It's all going to stay the same. You can always find something to add to. You can always look and see, did I make, whatever. It's always good to show activity. List items, and I'm not going to say list good items, because what's a good item to me may not be a good item to you, and what's a good item to you may not be a good item to me. We all have different business models. We all live in different areas of the country. We all have different knowledge bases, and what we like to sell and what we pick up and what our eyes see. So don't let anybody tell you that your stuff is crap. It may be crap, but that's your crap. And somebody bought it once and they're going to buy it again. Hey, J-Rad, how you doing? Jake, does that make sense to you guys? So in my opinion, if you're going to open up your computer tomorrow or your phone app and you see I can send 10 offers to watchers out, look at those 10 offers and see if you need to fix those listings. Those are your listings you should start with. Then go down to your traffic, go down to the bottom to your impressions and look at that and start there. Start there with those. And if you have Bonanza, go in there and pull up that Google, the ones that are denied by Google, and start working on those. And I can guarantee you, because I can tell you in the last, let's go back over here. All orders. I'm going to show you. I did something with this the other day. This Joe Boxer little brown folk have, and they bought this outright. No offer. I didn't send an offer. That was a sale I just had. This is, I shipped these out today. This book right here. What did I do? There's something here that I redid. Oh, this one right here sold in less than 8 hours. You see the ones with the photo room photos? This one sold out of the blue. Have you guys been, these, all three of these, 1, 2, 3, see the background on that one? This one I listed here in this house. These ones have been listed for years. This one I listed last summer. I changed the background on it. I don't think I changed the title. I didn't change anything more. It had 23 views after I fixed it and it sold. They sent me an offer, or I sent them an offer. What did it sell for? It should say right here. I sell everything, you guys. Sell the weird stuff. Pair of go-go boots. This shirt sold for $115. This little Godiva bear, this was an offer to a watcher right here. Somebody was watching this. I've had this listed for several years. I went in and I changed this first picture to make it look like he was sitting in some Halloweenish something background. It literally sold the day after I revised it. Did my changing the picture help sell it? I don't know. These things right here. So, all right. You guys want a good giggle? Here's a good giggle. You just started using photo room on all your photos. Oh, right. Batch editing. I got D into it also. All right. You guys want a good giggle? These are my earrings. I had them made. There's not very many left. What do I got? 2 left available of this style. They're double. It's the same on the back as it is on the front. Here you go. Let's see. This is hilarious. I cracked myself up. Style. Main stone, no stone, material wood. Diamond color and grade. Too cheap for diamonds. Main stone creation, no time for stones to be made. Base metal, wood, theme, being 100% scavenger, number of diamonds, zippity-doo-dah, none. This is my listing. I can put whatever I want in the item specs because I'm not necessarily trying to sell this to the public. You got sucked in and you're a graphic designer all about time management. Yeah. Anyway, color diamond intensity. We don't do intensity. Number of gemstones, a whole bunch of none. Metal purity, pure wood. So, you got to have fun. You got to have fun. Those are mine. And that's just where it is. So, all right. I hope somebody got some information. I hope I opened your eyes to a few new things. And go sign up for Bonanza. I'm not going to say you're going to sell a lot on Bonanza, but just the free, that's one more place pushing all of your listings out for free to Google search. And if your listing is screwed up and Google doesn't like it, Bonanza is going to tell you that. eBay doesn't tell you that. Amazon doesn't tell you that. Posh, none of those do. And they're going to tell it to you for free. It's a win-win situation. Man, I'm getting no money from Bonanza for this. Just telling you. So go back and check that out. If you have any more questions about it that I think I can answer, drop them down in the comments below. If I can't answer them, I will find somebody to get you an answer or send you to somebody that I think can answer it. Because there's a lot of people out there that are working on this. Go watch Polish Pete, his last 2 videos. He's going to reiterate a lot of what I just went over. He's not necessarily going to reiterate Bonanza, but he's going to go through your traffic and your impressions and all of that stuff. All right, you guys? Nope. Yes. AI is awesome. I think so. I mean, there's parts of it that I don't really like, but I think if we can muddle through and get this done, I think it's going to make a huge difference. And I also heard, and I don't know how true this is, that eBay may be taking some of the item specs away. There's item specs in there that just don't make any sense. So that's why when I went through and you saw that one that had the little garbage can on the side, if you see those, there's no reason to have that. Do not add. It gives you that option, right? When you're revising a listing, it gives you that option to add something else into your item specs. That's what your description's for. Do not add stuff into item specs. That just makes eBay want to change those categories and add more stuff into your specs. That's what's been happening. So why no solid white background? Because you don't have to have one. I don't do solid white backgrounds. I never have, and I never will. I think they look like shit. I think they look like you've stolen an item from somebody else. I think it doesn't look like you have a true item. Most of them don't look good. I personally hate solid white backgrounds. I will not. You will probably never, ever see a solid white background in my store. And that's me. But if you like solid white backgrounds, go for it. That's the best part about running your own business, right? You can do it how you want to do it. I don't like solid white backgrounds. I'm not going to use them. And you don't have to. Nowhere in anybody's rules does it say you have to. Yep. All right, you guys, have a good night. Have a great weekend. If you're going outsourcing this weekend, I wish you nothing but great luck. I'll talk to you next week. I'll be here next week.